Greetings, one and all. I'm Kerrik52, and this is the end. I know it doesn't feel like it, but the end of the game is pretty short as long as you know what to do. Which I do. Starting with saving the hell out of this place. As you can probably tell what happens here, and I need a running start, which is as awkward as it appears. No. So if you missed that key from earlier, tough luck. You will remember this environment from my adventure in the cellar. Which means there is a big old worm here. Can't say I appreciate you either. Yeah, this is going to hell in a handbasket. Gun first. This is probably the hardest part, just combat-wise. I'm going to pretend that counted. Oh, hell. Yeah, this game is a bit jank. Hard to believe, I know. Still, it is fully functional, it's just... I have like 2 seconds to hit this zombie chicken. Oh, come on. I wasn't expecting this much trouble. It's just, you need to shoot it immediately. The worm is really just for flavor. There we go. Easy. Now for the actual fun part. I didn't think it would actually catch up. Oh boy, oh boy. I think I have some of the event triggers here backwards. Okay, worm friend. So now you're over here, and we don't want you over here. Let's check over this way again. I mean, we can risk it. Okay, that worked. And here we have some deep ones. Just here to say hi. They're kind of not even relevant to the plot at all. They just like hanging out. And there goes all of my rifle ammo, by the way. And all of my matches. So if you haven't picked up the revolver and the lighter, you are crap out of luck. And here's the wolf spider. It's not even like a boss fight, but it is a unique enemy. You just shoot it twice and then you're good. Now the real challenge is over here. Welcome to hell. Okay, it doesn't actually go for me, so... And yes, I know I'm wasting a ton of bullets here, but it doesn't matter much. Because this is the last thing we kind of need to shoot. I still have 9 bullets to go. Anyway. All of a sudden, we have gained the ability to jump! Because it's platforming time! And let me tell you, this takes a little bit of practice. Because Edward Boy is actually a very good jumper. Surprisingly so. And most of these are actually short hops, but this one is long. There we go. And now here I need to back off. And then this awkward camera angle. Safe. Come on, let me run. There's just a giant spider. I don't know why this is here. Because we already had the wolf spider. Which you could fight. This is just an oversized version of the ones in the garden room. And that's all the threat it posed. There's something fun. Whoops. That was a trap. Let's see if I can jump this. I can. So this is the Preg's weird obstacle course? That is just... It's less a test of platforming and more a test of your computer's resolution. I suppose I should shoot this thing. Last thing I need bullets for. And done. Bullets complete. Fighting complete. Kind of. I have to get through here. So, Last time I played, I was besieged by deep ones. Oh, there it is. Oh, no, no. Up here. Funnily enough, I did manage to get a falling platform to land on a deep one, and that was very funny. Kind of difficult to replicate, though. So is this. Because this camera angle really doesn't help. Slow and steady. There we go. And now for my reward in a honest-to-goodness treasure chest. Here is our final book, and this one is pretty important.
Memoirs of a Lost Soul.
The mask must fall. You who discover this manuscript, understand this. I am here at your side. I am waiting in the darkness of my crypt. Soon you will belong to me. One of my slaves wrote this document. I have lived for 3 centuries, and my name is Ezekiel Prext, or Elijah Pickford. You may choose which to call me.
So that makes sense of the note from last time. With Pickford and him being weird and sort of nightmarish. He is also the Dark Man from Heartwood's journal at the start of the game. And his whole shtick is to try and, possess the Heartwoods in order to gain a new body. Presumably because he lost the Pickford body earlier.
I do not hide out of fear. My power is immense. I have sailed the 7 seas. My ship, the Astarte, spread terror through all the continents. The corsairs judged me like the Welsh judges of 1620, but they could not destroy me, and neither could the pirates. Now, I am immobilized. Damned Yankees!
This passage is a little bit confusing. We'll make sense of it a little bit once we actually find him, quote unquote. But I think he lost his body and he hasn't been able to find a replacement, and that's why he's so upset.
Witchcraft, voodoo, and the Cthulhu cult. I know them all. I have reigned and implored the stones. Only the Cthonian haunts the cavern and resists me, but he dare not attack. I have need of a living body to regenerate myself. The Heartwoods managed to escape from me, but you who are reading these words, you will yield to my embrace.
You're not getting a hug from me. Also, there's a confirmation that the giant worm is a Cthonian. Not the Lovecraftian giant squid things, but still, fun reinterpretation.
I hear your ragged breath. And smell the stench of your fear. I have vanquished death. I built Deseto. I know what it is to wait. Cthulhu helps me. My servants will lay you upon the sacrificial stone. My roar will rend the night. You will be mine, and I shall reign once more.
Oh, we're gonna go and say hi, alright. So, a lot of things here. First of all, this whole document is essentially our final, or our cutscene to sort of anchor us with our impending confrontation with Pregst. And I don't know what he means about being helped by Cthulhu. Presumably he is some sort of intermediary servant, like something maybe above a priest or whatever. It's unclear exactly what he found on his travels. It was something greater than gold, and it has made him immortal. But it is a bit extra, as you will see. But I have no idea what the actual deal with the pirate body that we fought is, because that wasn't Heartwood. He got out of the possession prematurely. But it wasn't like a real body, it was like a ghost body. It feels very random. And I'm not sure why you wouldn't have the pirate fight down here, and then do the finisher that we're about to do now. Probably made sense during some part of development. Here we go again. That is exactly what's about to happen. Can't say I'm stoked. Oh yeah. There we go. So yeah, this brings the lantern from Sweet Home to mind with the limited view. But there isn't a gas generator for us to turn on. It's just wander around in the dark and have fun. It's not the meanest of mazes, but still, it's not a fun way to end the game, I'd say. Especially since we aren't being chased by anything. No Minotaur or creature of similar build. And hopefully I remember where to actually go here. Because otherwise, this is gonna make for a quite boring watch. But even if I get this right the first time, it still isn't that exciting. Not there, maybe up here. Okay, room 3. Think I've hit it. Almost. There we go. And here, if you didn't use the key to get the gem, backtracking be upon ye. And that cost me 10 charges, so that's about what you need. Welcome to the final boss. So there he is. That's the soul of Captain Pregst. Aided by a deep one. Because of course he is. Let's see if we can... Yeah, there's some friendly fire. Or very unfriendly fire. Extremely unfriendly. Teehee. Okay. Hook. And here is the sacrificial altar from the game over screen. So if you die normally to his servants, then you will of course be sacrificed and he'll take over your body. That's how that whole weird ending picture happens. He basically explodes out of the mansion, I guess, and goes to take over the world. Something to that effect. Oh yeah, and my matchboxes are wet too. So, this stone is good as a ward. That will disable the fireballs. But now comes the fun part. So if you remember that painting from before, that was of this this area and his tree-like form. If you don't, well, you're not beating the game. And even if you do remember, remembering how to do this is, or figuring out how to do this, is kind of annoyingly obtuse. All you do is this. So much for the great immortal Pregs, but now it's time to go! Can't have a proper survival horror experience without an escape sequence, can we? I'm not sure how much in danger we actually are at this time. There is probably a time limit somewhere, but I haven't run into it, and I dare not try. But then the screen shaking just stops, and we have to slowly walk through all of these boards. And I do mean slowly, because a fall from this height is lethal. Very funny, though. If I can get a good camera angle, maybe I'll show it off. No? Oh boy. We're working it. Here, let me... do a flip. Nice. A very undignified end to Edward Carnby, that one. But it could be canon if you want it to be. Might be for the bear. Am I dead? Hey, I survived. Might be for the best. I've heard that the sequels to this game are kinda bad. So maybe it's for the better that he saves the world and then goes to die in a puddle. I think the spider should be gone. Yeah, everything should be gone. Yep. Evil defeated? No Cthulhu to be had. Just a nice, leisurely walk out of this hellhole. Well, barring the terrible platforming. Wish me luck! I think this is the tricky one. Oh well, you know what, this might be faster. The deep one's pissed off, so I could just walk out of here, I think. The whole, like, impending collapse and threat of death has kind of left me at this point. But I do deserve to relax after everything we've been through, I feel. So, is this the way? Yes. See this hole? I don't know if you actually need to disable the barrel or move the barrels in order to escape. I think the game is actually nice enough to not be that mean. It's not a Sierra game. Would be very funny though. Defeat the immortal pirate ghost. Conquer the deep ones. Duck the Cthonian. Die to barrels. Yeah, everything's just gone. And that means... we can leave. See you around, Derceto. You were the worst. Time to go get paid. Yippee! Now if you can only find a cab. Oh hey! Sir, to town. Why does this keep happening? What is it with survival horror games and surprise skeletons at the end? Oh well, he seemed on the level. Probably trying to fix up his life, what with the powers of darkness at bay. But that brings the adventure to an end. Kind of a limp ending. You would want a epilogue for the character. But still, can't say we did anything wrong. And at least Edward is gonna go and get paid. No, we're not restarting. Leave me alone. There we go. But we do have a little bit more to explore. So, next time, I'm going to start up a game with Emily and show off a few extras at the start of the game. As well as a super special demo for Alone in the Dark 2. Until then, farewell.